Escaping Writers Genjutsu. Ready, set, right. Yoish, welcome to the sixth episode of my Preptober series, where I prep for Nanowrimo using my writing journal. It's a process that brings both attention to the self help journal that I created and helps me test it out and find errors. I thank you for joining in. Today, I will be showing you how I filled out the gods and deities sections. I only have one, so this shouldn't take too long. So, let's get started. All right, gods and deities. We are on step 10 of the Writer's Genjutsu Escape Guide Journal, and we are filling this out. I only have one, so I pre filled it out as always, due to these being very time consuming, and I don't want to have a hour-long video and have to post it, edit it, and put it up on YouTube. So, yes, this might be a short one, but there is quite a bit of questions that I go through when talking about gods and deities. For this section, I simply wrote down as many questions I could to cover all of the information needed for gods and deities. I most likely missed some, and you can easily just grab a piece of paper and jot down everything you need to put down on there and slide it in and between it, because this is made to be a physical book that you write in and stuff. I'm currently using the digital version of it, but this is made to be a physical one that you write in. So let's start with it. Let's start reading. I'm going to go through what I filled in. So, step 10. This is the first section. There are 8 sections to fill in, but I only have one, so I'm only filling in one. So, are your god or deities tied to a religion? Yes. Technically, I wouldn't say he's a god, but technically he's a god. Is this god tied to a government? No, not in a sense. Names and titles. Decide on a name for your god, along with any titles or any titles or that word I'm going to butcher, so I'm not going to pronounce. They might have. So I went with the Anim, the first. Origin and mythology. Create a backstory or mythology that explains the god's origin, role of the war, and interactions with the deities or entities. Anim is the first to live on the planet. It is never really said if he is the first to set foot or the first to break free, but the Jornaxian people started with Anim the first. Domain and portfolio. Define what aspects of life, nature, and concepts the gods represents or governs. This could include domains like war, love, wisdom, nature, and even abstract concepts like time or fate. Anem represents all for the Jornaxian people, as they are the first to experience them. The love of Anim, the wisdom of Anim, the war of Anim, the nature of Anim, and the time and fate of Anim. The past of Anim says to have multiple, but two are spoken most about, as Anim is neither male nor female. Symbolism and iconography determine the symbols, animals, objects, or imagery associated with the god. These symbols can help followers identify and honor the deity. The mark of Anim, a ritual tattoo to show that the younglings have started on the journey parallel to Anim themselves. Both male and females have different paths, but lead to the same destination. Personality and traits. Give the gods distinct personality traits, emotions, and motivations that influence their interactions with mortals and other deities. Anim is neutral, understanding all and every situation. They are a being that has traveled all paths and one that has sought intelligence and evolution. Relationships with mortals. Describe how the gods interact with mortals. Are they distant and aloof, or do they actively involve themselves in mortal affairs? For me, Anim is ascended. They are mortal. Anim is part of all, and they experiences all, basically. So an M is, in a sense, everything that's ever lived on that planet. But this is basically how you fill out these questions. Worship and rituals. Now you don't have to fill out all these questions, as you can see the question below the one I'm currently on. Worship and rituals. Outline how followers worship the god, including rituals, ceremonies, sacrifices, and festivals associated with the deity. Jonaxiums hold Anum in spirit and in word. Anum is part of their every choice and is a special figure in their history. They mark themselves with the scar of Anum to better align themselves on the correct path. Females, the left eye, and males, the right. Cler- Clergy in religious order develop the hierarchy of priest, priestess, or clergy, members who serve the god. There is no. This question is unnecessary, so I skipped it. Mythical stories and miracles. Create myths, legends, and stories that involve the god's intervention, miracles, or challenges. These stories can enrich the god's lore. It is said that Anunnaki will return in their time of need. Judaxians have sort of a sixth sense, and they call it warning of Anunnaki. Sacred places designate local locations considered sacred to the god, such as temples, shrine, or natural landmarks associated with their presence. Anunnaki is said to live off the land. A freshly built shrine with a burning bruchte horn is enough to bring forth luck. Cultural impact. Explore how the gods' worship influences society, cultures, and ethics. Does their religion impact art, laws, or social norms? When warm and disorder ran rampant, causing disconnect to a Nim's path, it provoked a change. This change happened, leading to a system where the females lead and the males follow, realigning them back on the Nim's path. Conflicts and alliances. If there are other gods in your story, consider how your god interacts with them. Are there alliances, rivalries, or conflicts? It is said that those who deflect are given opportunities to realign to the path of Anim, and those who fail to embrace it fall prey to the harsh environments of the planet. So I can sort of already see a bit of a flaw with my my gods or my deities, but there's a flaw in every religious or god or deity. So I'm embracing it. Oops, I keep doing that. Okay, so fallibility and flaws. Gods can have weaknesses, flaws, or areas where they fallible. This can add depth to their characters and shape their relationships with mortals. Anim is essentially mortal. Anim makes mistakes. They are the embodiment of staying on path despite mistakes and weakness. Anim encourages redemptions and second chances. Legacy and followers. Think about the lasting legacy of the god. Do they leave behind artifacts, relics, or teaching that impacts future generation? Those who follows closely to a Nim's path are rewarded and revered openly. They are respected. That's it for the gods and deities. See, that was a very short section. And then you would continue on to the next one if you have another deity or god. Certain stories have more than one. Mine's currently only have one. Well, my currently it has more than one, but the newest one, because my original race is human, which they have as many as they are. I'm not writing them all down here. There's too many. Um, but this is a new race, and this is one I have to establish. They do not have the same gods and deities that we humans do. So I have to establish their new race and I have to write that down. So this is mainly for filling out. So I mean like this journal I've noticed does not work well. The the races section and the gods and the additional planet section does not work well with stories that are based off the real world. So I'm gonna have to make an adjustment for that. But other than that, it seems to be doing just fine. And these are very good questions, and I they do tie in well with the religion section, which is going to be the next video. So that's it. Next session in this journal is religion. I appreciate those watching. Please like and subscribe and press the notification button to be notified when the next video comes out. For those interested, I have a Discord server called the Writers Genjutsu Escape, and all writers are welcome to join. Stop by and say hi. The link is in the description. Thanks again for tuning in. I will be posting my process prepping for NaNoWriMo to the end of October. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Yoish!